It's the complex. It's the complex. It's the complex. Yeah. It's the complex. It's the complex. It's the complex. And it's complex. It's the complex. Yeah. And it's complex. Come smoke and chill and have a drink with me. Where we talk about any and everything. No conversations off limits, no topics taboo. Got something off your chest, let the complex be with you. Got my boy Ozell, he's seen like a bird, but on the complex he's Rahel, that's my word. Then we got the Nubian goddess, the beautiful queen, giving you a little piece of heaven if you know what I mean. Shout out to my girl Shaylee, no introduction needed. Giving you all the love and energy that's really needed. I'm the one they call Murdoch and we the complex, no competition. We better than the rest, man, I gotta check my phone for the dialect. Hey yo, said we be the complex. Say, it's the complex, and it's complex, and we complex, yeah. It's the complex, and it's complex.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready for my song. All right, guys. Welcome to the Complex, your spot to chill, relax, and have a few drinks if you want to. I'm your host, Ozelli, in your belly. And we are here with our guest today. First, I'm going to start off with my boy, the incredible Mr. Mickey Murdoch is in the building.
Y'all know what I'm here for.
What are you here for, Craig?
Here to fuck shit up.
All right. Thank you anyway. We got our guest today, Mr. Jamal in the building. Give him a round.
Jamal P from Horizontal Refreshment. Did you say Ozelli in your belly?
At the telly. Yes.
Okay.
That's my catchphrase. That's me.
Right.
Ozelli, yes. And you, what are you here for today, Jamal?
I'm here to get through this hangover and just shake it up. I'm here to shake it up. Here to wake it up.
Wake it up and shake it up. Okay. And then we have Miss Rochelle or Lachelle. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Lachelle in the building.
I can't forget that. Remember Shelly and Ozelli?
Shelly and Ozelli.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Such a beautiful
that is
black
a beautiful
queen we have.
She
on
is.
the show
Isn't she
today.
gorgeous? Look at that smile.
And
what are you here to do today, Miss Shelly?
I'm here to shine my light, y'all. I'm here to shine my light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelly gonna help me unpack today. I had some things going on, and she came to help me unpack today, and I am so appreciative of her.
Let's go, y'all.
Well, we got to start the mood game, of course. It's our thing, so we're gonna start with the king himself here, the one has won every round since we've been here. All right,
I lost a couple. You know,
he ain't lost. Modest. He's being modest because he's never lost one. But okay, here we go. Y'all ready?
Let's get busy, man.
Actually, we move my drink on the floor.
Hey, fuck.
Okay. Yeah,
we didn't spill shit the last 3 shots.
Well, no, I ain't spilled nothing now. Yeah, I didn't. Other people spilled something, but I ain't spilled nothing. All right.
We good. Let's get it. I'm gonna drink because I know I ain't gonna mess up. Okay. I said I'm a red flag, got my red cup. Everybody up in here trying to really get up. Stop sleeping, bed, stop your dreaming, and everybody up in here, dog on the creeping. People talking about they want to creep and leap. I came back, I get this deep. Everybody up in here, I feel that deep, and that's what she say when she feel me that deep. Hey. Okay.
I guess it's my turn. Yo, feeling real good. Not used to this, but it's all good. God is amazing. Gave me grace. Now I'm in a race. And I'm gonna win. Me and all my kin. Don't do this often. But I'ma keep going, flowing, and I'ma keep growing. I'ma pass the mic over to you.
All right.
My new boo, go ahead, do what you do.
Hey. All right, here we go. I'm not a rapper. Something like a trapper. Maybe even a scrapper. Who you think got the best rapping? I'm me, not from the east, all the way from the GI streets. In the mill now, getting over this hangover. Feel now, I need a pill now.
maybe an aspirin. I don't know. Put it in my throat. Cause I'm the GOAT. Here we go.
Hey. Okay. Yo, I go back to back like the LA champs. Everybody up in here, you know my position stamp. Now I gotta go ahead and fucking kill it, cause everybody know, yeah, I be the realest. I be the dude that they feel. I be the dude that be spitting that real. I be that. You niggas up in here, you get me dack. And matter of fact, when I look back, put my hat to the back. Y'all, that's the snapback. And watch me get back. When I get that, then you get lack and you get jacked. People up in here want a niggas how I get that. Matter of fact, niggas hate it just the way I spit that.
Gotta follow that.
I like the way you did that. Call me little Kit Kat. Break a piece. I got peace inside of me. That's what it be. Once again, I'm sweet. Not really good at this. OMG.
Hey.
But it's all good. Once again, I'm going to pass it to my sweet pea.
Yes.
Yes.
Pass it to me, pass it to thee, pass it to we. Are we in the trap? Are we be? Is this wild and out? I don't know. Is this the freestyle battle? Here we go. J to the P to the white whiz. You know me, all seeing eye, Milwaukee, every day, all way. Get out the way. Here we go. I got the flow. And I'm coming through the door. See what's in store. Heard they don't like me no more.
Hey!
These people in here. Y'all have been the best guests thus far, y'all.
Saturday Cypher.
Wow, y'all have been the
guest.
It need a guest for me.
Like, guest.
Wow, y'all have been the best one so far, y'all. Y'all should give. You gotta.
We ain't coming to play.
Wow.
Y'all ain't came to play.
This is I'm impressed, guys.
That was fun.
They
made
me rap for
Y'all had a
real.
good time?
Yeah.
They made me rap for real. That's how I know they was killing the
No,
game.
I was like,
They
yeah.
made me rap for real.
I said, I had to hit the beat hard on that one. Yeah. Well, we're finna get into our next segment. Is called the 414 Hookup, and that's where we want you guys to introduce yourselves, your brand, and even your podcast and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about yourself so we can tell our viewers. You know what I mean? You want to start off?
Sure. Well,
Michelle.
of course, my name is Lachelle, aka Shell or Shelly.
AKA Black Queen.
Amen.
Amen.
I appreciate that. I
Angel.
love when our kings
When I get back saved again,
ain't nobody got
just know.
time.
Just
Ain't nobody
know.
got time.
it's coming. I'm
Again.
coming back. I'm sorry. Go, Michelle.
No, but y'all, I am a mom. I have one son. He's about to be 15 years old, taller than me. So I'm
Teenager.
raising a king.
Wow.
Yeah, and then of course I have my podcast, Shine Your Light Podcast, where we have our guests come on and just shine their light or their positions on different topics. So yeah, I'm gonna have to have you guys on my podcast.
Fact.
Please have us on
Because
there.
I want to
Yeah,
share
come
my
shine
light.
your
You know
light.
what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
me
more.
too.
It's more to
Shine your
me
light, baby.
than just talking stuff. You know what I mean? I was born in the church too. To contrary belief, I want to share my light and share lights around people. I feel.
We all
good.
got life. We all got a story.
You know what's funny? When
I'm trying to impress our kids.
I know, we know. But I could tell when somebody has a gift, like she came in off top, was like, "Hey," and like you just, it's like you saw me off top. Not many people see that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like, damn, are they going? I know you see me. I know you see me. It's like they try to avoid seeing me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you immediately saw.
We connected.
We connected. I appreciate that,
Amen.
It's like when she ain't looking at you. She looking in your soul.
and I love it. I love it.
Like for real.
It's hard to find somebody to look into your soul.
She said, "Hey, how you doing?
Right, like, yeah, like,
Are you good?"
Like-
He said, "Emma, I thought I was."
Right.
He said, I thought
thought
I
I
was.
was.
I said, actually, I'm not, but oh my God, thank you for looking into me.
Y'all are so funny. I love y'all. Thank you for
Yes.
having me here.
My
No
pleasure.
problem. It's
My
our
pleasure.
pleasure.
What's your social media?
Lachelle Hooks, just Lachelle Hooks.
Okay.
Elegance28, Elegance028 on Instagram.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Please go add her. Go follow her right now, Lachelle Hooks. And you said
Elegance028 on Instagram.
Elegance028 on Instagram.
I ain't never on there, y'all, but I'm gonna start getting
No,
on
you
there.
better get on. Drop a bomb for her.
her.
You better get on there. Get on
I
Instagram.
am.
Stop playing games.
I need to be
Yes.
a media manager.
I'm
Shit.
I'm saying.
Somebody just record me. He said, like for real.
I'm saying. I'm
I
finna
can
hire
handle
me one. I'm
everybody's
finna go
social
hire-
media.
Huh?
we'll connect. And I was like, I can handle everyone's social media. I have
You know what's
experience.
funny? Okay, so
Um,
let's get into this guy right here, because this guy right here owes me songs. He owes me a few things. Yeah, we're connecting today.
For sure.
So
And
we get to our guest, Mr. Jamal, Mr. JP in the building.
Yeah.
JP.
Yeah.
JP, JKP,
Tell us about
Perry,
yourself.
JKP, all that. Yeah, hey everybody, I'm super happy to be here. Zelda didn't think I was coming.
didn't.
I'm like, I said I'm gonna come. So that means I'm coming. And I didn't come last time because my car got stolen
He's supposed to be here
in August. So I don't know if he told y'all that, but that's why I didn't come that last time.
Hurt me.
Like, so I can't make it. I don't have a way. My car is not my
I'll go
possession
pick-
anymore.
They know I go pick
Y'all
somebody
little
up
niggas
quick.
need to calm down now. It's getting ridiculous.
I know.
But,
You got a key or a Honda?
I had a Kia,
Yikes.
and now I have a Ford.
They stole and totaled my Hyundai.
Yeah.
They stole your Hyundai?
They stole and totaled it, but I just got my new car today.
Is it not a Hyundai?
No, it's a Ford.
Yeah, we're in the Ford now.
Congratulations.
Um,
That's awesome. Wow.
But yeah, so if people who don't or do know me, I am Jamal Perry or Jamal Keon Perry. That's that on Facebook, as well as I'm a member of the Horizontal Refreshments podcast crew. Myself, Brittany, and Donnie are on the network as well.
Shout out to Brittany and Donnie.
Yes. And you can follow me on Instagram. I think my Instagram name is Perry JKP. But yeah, if you search Jamal Perry, I'll probably pop up. And yeah, just out here doing work in the community, public health professional by day, and everything else, I guess, by day and evening and afternoon. So that's me.
Nice.
That's fat.
What's your other your social media?
Yeah, so Jamal Keon Perry, and then Horizontal Refreshments podcast, as well as IG. Like I said, you can just search. I think Perry JKP is my Instagram name, and as well as Horizontal Refreshments podcast on Instagram as well. And yeah, you can find me.
All right. Shout out.
Back to
A
Moon,
great bomb for Jamal in here.
Find
Yeah, we gonna find.
the
You know,
manage my media.
I was gonna say, so talk about the music too, because you do music.
Yeah, I do, and it's hard because I feel like there's I guess so many things to talk about that I do, but I have recently gotten back into music and a creative space. I think 2020 and COVID was just an interesting time, obviously because the world is like on fire,
Right.
but at the same time, it presented, I feel like, opportunities for myself and a lot of people, because it's like, well, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Let me
Right.
get into something, and I picked up my guitar again, started writing, connected with a friend of mine named Jew, or also known as Ian Ross, who is doing some dope music, and we just been connecting and creating and writing songs, and I've been kind of that just part of like his team, because for me, I'd like to give my gifts to people too, and I can always be in the spotlight if I want to, but I also like being behind the scenes too, and knowing the connections that I have and the things that I'm able to do if I can help other people. That's what I do. So I help with that creative process and recording or just writing or just being that person to support.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm doing in terms of music and that creative space right now.
I got a quick question.
Yes.
Do you teach like guitar? Like you play a guitar, but can you teach it?
Yeah, he
I
tried to
would
teach
say I
me.
can teach. Right, I remember now. I was. It is because like that's a good question, because just because you can do something doesn't mean you could be a teacher. I've never like officially like taught people. But I have like, if I could teach a person like some basic 4 chords, you can do a lot with that. If you can learn your G, your D, your C, you can create your own melodies.
I've been literally trying to learn it for years. Like I play a couple little instruments way back in the day. I don't play them now. But I got a real ear for music, man, and I know how things should sound. But like a guitar, I think is a key piece for music. Like that's like the piano to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's something I've really been like wanting to learn, like for real.
And that's where it kind of is in that space. So like, because I know some chords, I am able to, if we're writing, like, okay, well, let me just, even if it's not serious, like, let me at least kind of create this melody or rhythm for the song, so I know how to sing it or come back to, or at least I feel like if you know your basics, whether it be on piano or guitar, then you can then show or present your song to somebody who's probably better, and then can pick it up versus like, I think maybe it should go like this, like, no, these are the chords I have. And and I taught myself, like I used to lead worship, and there was no shade to the person, but like I got tired of depending on people. So I'm like, if you late and not here, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna teach myself guitar so I can play these songs and not have to rely on somebody else. And I just watched videos, and I had a natural musicality, like natural rhythm. And when you do have that, you most likely will be able to pick up instruments easier than someone who doesn't. So like I always knew the rhythm and what people were playing when they're strumming, but I just didn't know what was going on up here. Yeah, so once I figured that out, it was natural. Simple.
You know what, to the kids out there, determination.
Facts.
It can take you a long way.
It really can, honestly, because I just want to play guitar too. I actually brought my Randy Jackson chocolate guitar. I have a Randy Jackson chocolate signed guitar.
Really?
Yes.
Randy Jackson?
Randy Jackson. Yes,
nigga.
Randy Jackson.
And Michael brother or the other?
No, American Idol.
Okay.
American Idol Randy.
He said nobody's asking for Randy.
Nobody came to see you. Nobody came to see you, Otis.
Said that nigga said.
Okay.
He's a member.
He said, yeah, you know who that is? That Randy from Jackson 5.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy Jackson. And so I want to always play, but I never could honestly pick up the
guitar. We can connect.
I feel like my voice is made for the guitar, which is crazy.
Let's connect. Let's come over and let's.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna do a jam session. Man,
hey, you know what? Because I'm telling you, when I get a hold of that guitar, it's not a.
When I get a hold of the guitar, it's gonna be scary, my boy.
Look, I'm gonna just be sitting up in the middle of the street. I'm gonna be serenading motherfuckers.
Cause you know what's funny? Okay, so a little known fact: I lived in LA, and a lot of people out there are guitar players, and they set they shop up in the middle, like on the corner, and they go ham. And these are some of the best singers you've ever heard in your life.
Right.
And they don't got no record deal, but they sound so amazing. I feel like if I could learn how to play an instrument for myself, like I know how to play piano and chords, but the guitar I feel like was made for me. I just never picked it up. My hands started hurting. My thumbs, my tip of my fingers. You know,
callus on your fingers, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So those people with great talents, right, that you're talking about, why do you think they don't have record deals?
Oh, she asking me that, right? Okay. I don't know. I feel like the music industry is kind of like saturated. There's a certain sound that they want right now. It's like when they find something that works, they're like, I want this. And if you do something different, then we'll let you do it. They might give you a record deal, like a little side record deal. But if you don't sell enough albums or sell enough, make enough money, honestly, they're gonna shelf you. There's a lot of artists right now that are really amazing that are shelved. You know what I mean? And I honestly, because I can name like 5 of them. Like I'd be like, they make great music, but because they're not in the mainstream or because they're not selling enough, they're shelved, and so they don't get enough promotion, publicity. They don't get enough of anything, honestly.
So with like YouTube and all that, couldn't they promote themselves as well?
If they're in deals, no.
Okay.
If they're in deals, like now those artists on the street, they are like, okay, mind you, it was a guy I found on TikTok. I happened to be on TikTok, and he was on TikTok Live, right? And I just was scrolling, and I happened to see him, and I'm like, this voice sounds amazing. And I just tuned in, and he's promoting himself, of course, but he doesn't have a record deal, of course. He's promoting himself on YouTube, probably YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, whatever, but he doesn't have a deal. He doesn't have the deal, honestly, is the money behind it more so, you know what I mean? And even though you may be promoting yourself on those platforms, sometimes it takes a little bit of money to.
It does.
It does. Unfortunately,
it does, and I think also, but that is, I guess, the beauty. It's the positive and negative to everything. So, like, obviously, the way the music industry is now, or getting this big record deal, it doesn't mean, I guess, the same thing as it would have meant 20, 30 years ago. That's where you had to go out to LA. You were going in record, companies and trying to get signed, versus now in the last 10, 15 years, you really can do a lot of stuff on your own and get paid major bucks. If you have enough subscribers on YouTube or followers, you get checks. If you have the same thing with Instagram, same thing with TikTok, and a lot of these artists are able to do that, and that need for that big record deal isn't really there anymore. There are still big people who are getting big contracts, but at the same time, I always say this too. I don't think everyone is meant to be a major superstar.
I
either.
agree. I
Right.
agree on that. They may
Yeah.
have amazing talent, but then that's
I-
meant to be an amazing superstar. You were
Right.
going to say no?
No. I think because it's like now, like definitely with the industry, I think some people that are like the artists that you fall in love with, I think it discredit an artist when they change. Not saying they change like their style, but their music changed. And in the industry, I don't think it's a lot of originality. I like from the most things I've learned from the music industry and watching other people, it was the people like that took a limb on themselves. It wasn't the most of the executive producers or there that was just pushing these people to be different.
Right.
DMX, Diddy had a chance to sign DMX.
Okay.
He didn't sign him. He said you ain't marketable, you ain't this and that. But in the in the game, if we think about anybody that was just like NWA,
Yeah.
nobody else, like nobody finna listen to that shit.
Right.
To them, nobody finna listen to that shit. And it's like this is what the people want.
Yeah.
In
Exactly.
the industry, I feel like if you want to remain the artist you want to and make the music you want to make,
Yep.
if you don't construct your deal or it's not a big deal, I honestly feel like it's worthless. Because yes, you can get that fame, yes, you can get that, but by the time you get out that contract, you're gonna be forgotten about. And that's how they get you. You know what I mean?
Look at American Idol. Look at all those artists. Look at all those stars,
Right.
all those great singers. We watched that show for like almost 10 years. And those singers,
20 years.
I know. And those singers, you be like, man, these are some great singers on here. Like, woo, blow your mind, singers. And then you be like, where
are
they at?
they? Yeah, because it takes more. Like the only people who like shows like that or The Voice or
The contracts.
Yeah,
The contract. Because if you don't know, is it for American Idol? They lock you into a 8-year contract. Well, first it was 6 years. That's why you didn't hear from. Remember when Jennifer Hudson first was on American Idol and then she got off. You didn't hear from her from 6 years. You noticed that if you look at that time frame.
Yeah.
And then she bust on the scene with Dreamgirls, but she was in a contract where she couldn't make any music for 6 years because of the show.
Yeah.
And now with American Idol is 8 years. Because they know if you're on this show, you're using our platform to promote yourself. We're going to put you in a contract to where once you leave this platform, whether you're good or not, you can't make any music or put anything out. And then after 8 years have passed, ain't nobody going to remember you or want to even listen to you.
Right. It's only a few people.
And that's what, that's what a lot of
Yeah.
labels do. And they prevent you. It's like me, I'm all about making good music.
Right.
Labels, they'll permit you from not working with somebody, maybe because they just didn't like them. Just didn't what's the name. And it's like, it's bad business. You know what I mean? I think really like in some shits, it'd be bad business.
Or even image.
Yeah, bad business and bad for your image. Like, I feel like many artists, when it's that time and you should collab no matter what label you want. It's like, it's the music. I'm a real fan of the music.
Yeah. Same.
You know what I mean? Like, you think about duets, Avant, Kiki Wyatt, Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo. You think about all these that people they might not even be into this type of music, but I guarantee they can name at least a song from them what's names. And I feel like music is always a collective. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I feel like if you want to have that originality in your shit, if you're not structuring your deal, just stay independent.
I was gonna say, even when I say image, I was gonna say like I don't know if you guys know NDRE.
Oh yeah.
She was when she came on the scene, right? She was too dark skinned and she wasn't the cutest girl, they felt like in their opinions. And then they replaced her with Alicia Keys. They put more energy, more promotion, more money into Alicia Keys. The industry did, and they kind of shoved NDRE. That's why she wasn't able to. And I'm not saying that she's not a breakout, amazing star. She hasn't done so much in her life. She's a queen and she's done amazing things. But the way that she might have wanted to be recognized, like Alicia, they didn't put that energy into her.
Yeah.
Even I was gonna say, even with I don't know if you, and I'm gonna let you go. With Phyllis Hyman, you ever heard of that? Heard of her before? Phyllis Hyman.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, Phyllis Hyman, or even Patti LaBelle.
Absolutely.
When Whitney Houston came out, they were all on the same label, but they put all that money into Whitney Houston. Now, mind you, I would put that money in as they should.
They ain't get that wrong.
They didn't get that one wrong.
Every once in a while, they get it right.
That girl can sing. That girl can.
She's one of those rare talents. Like
yikes.
She's
my favorite. So I'm
superstar.
fanning out right now.
But everything you said was 100% true, and certain people are I guess ahead of their time, or they just, I guess I don't want to say for, or they just are at a time where things were like that. You think of even Jasmine Sullivan, who has been around for over 10 years at this point, and a lot of people are hearing her or discover her now. But she just unfortunately was when she came out, the
Hey, my
industry
bad,
was
Shay.
very, very different. So her being a heavier set girl and dark skin, despite her being extremely talented, couldn't be pushed the way that things are now with more acceptance.
Yeah.
Different body types are more accepted now in the industry. Dark skin, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's able to pop now. And also because you can just promote yourself different. Like at those times, you had to go on a TV show to promote yourself. You had to go on a 106 and Park. You had to go on a TRL. You had to go on an American Bandstand or Soul Train, whatever, to get yourself out there. So people like her or India Arie couldn't pop because they didn't want to put them on TV. So now you don't need to go on TV. You can go on YouTube. You can do. You're doing YouTube concerts now. Like all these things that we can do virtually that you can do now that allows any artist to pop more now than they potentially would have been able to when Patty came out, or when Jennifer Hudson came out, or when India Arie came out, or even Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine, my baby. I'm sorry.
I love it. Do you sing?
No.
It look like you should.
Don't it?
It look like
I feel like she want to bring out a guitar and be like,
God gave everybody a voice, but not everybody enjoy mine.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
I'll enjoy it.
Come on in. You good?
Come on in.
You good? Come on in the room.
Yeah.
Come on.
He said, "Come on down."
I'm
the
just
person
grabbing my
at church
umbrella.
that can't sing but always grab the mic.
Right.
Come on down.
But
He
no,
said, come on. No.
but I'm gonna say, give us your social media one more time before we go to the next segment.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yes. So Jamal Keon Perry is my Facebook. Horizontal Refreshments Podcast is also the Hot Podcast Facebook and Instagram. Perry JKP is my IG, and those are pretty much the ones I have. I mean, I have a Twitter, but it ain't for y'all to follow. I mean, I'm just following things on there. That's what everyone does, right?
Does. Sure. Okay.
I know how that goes.
And give your social media one more time before we move on.
Lachelle Hooks, and then Elegance028 on Instagram. I'm also a realtor with First Weber, y'all. So just Google Lachelle Hooks and you'll find me.
That's what
That's important. That's important too.
This is the place to promote you. So you're a realtor?
Yes, sir.
How is the
I'll be
market?
getting a house.
Moving on, but how is the market?
Definitely.
Because I want to get into real estate. That's where some money is at. Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I plan on buying a house in 2023.
Drop a bomb for our guest today.
Yes,
same here.
We have such a beautiful people here.
We have great people
here
today. We have we're actually getting to our next segment, which is a game before we get into our topic. And this is once again it's a drinking game, but of course you're gonna drink your tea.
They ain't gotta know what's in my cup.
Right. Don't put our business out on the street like that. Don't do that.
Spiked iced tea.
Well, I don't want nobody like she's supposed to be shining a light and representing the Lord, and then she got like Parmesan on her cup, and she out here turned up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No. Okay. So
Water to wine.
I know he did not turn my stuff up. No.
Turn me up.
Turning up the wrong shit.
Turn it up, everybody in the place. Take a look at your face.
Said I'm gonna break everything. That's why I don't be the one to touch shit. I don't touch shit when I go to people's house because for some reason shit all like it happened to me. Yeah, I be the nigga, like you know what I mean. I be the nigga that shit happened to, so that's why I don't touch shit. I don't do shit.
Right.
I leave shit alone.
So unfortunately they can't hear, but that's my Jeopardy music. I'm really hurt by this right now.
Yeah, it was loud. What happened?
Yeah, I know you're hurting my feelings. Tony, you're hurting my feelings right now. All right, so you're gonna pull the card, you're gonna read it, right? And you have to answer honestly. It's called Truth or Drink. Answer, you got to be your authentic selves,
Lord,
and answer the truth.
Give us something hard, miss. What? That came out totally
I was
wrong. He said that.
Shout out to Shay Harris on the show today.
Hey, my boo Shay. I gotta give a special shout out because Shay done came through for a nigga and shit.
I know.
What I mean, hey, you know what? That's the real MVP right there. I just want to give a special shout out. I just want to give a shout out to my girl Shay. You the real MVP. All right.
What's your card say?
What's the strangest nickname you ever been given? This is funny. Okay, beige. That was it. I literally had a chick. Shout out. Matter of fact, Matter of fact, shout out to
Beige, bro.
Beige. That she used to literally call me Beige.
She called you beige.
But she used to say like
That's a
beige
skin-
each. But like she's like babe, but it's like beige.
What? Look, her face is like.
And it's
She's
That's
like,
the
oh,
strangest nickname.
I
is
don't-
it because your skin complexion?
She said, I'm sure it was cute for her.
That's for a whole school year. I was called beige by this girl. Shout out Portia.
Always
Wow.
somebody in school.
Well, shout out Portia. I don't know if that's a good name, but okay. Thank you.
He said, she's strange. He said,
Oh Lord, okay.
Don't-
Nervous.
Don't be
now.
don't be nervous.
don't be nervous.
Right, you can always
He
drink
said,
the
don't be
tea.
scared.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Well, who am I talking to though? Oh, okay. Well, what would you entrust me with above anyone else?
I guess the whole room. So, let's go in a circle.
Oh Lord, okay.
Let me see. I would entrust you with
What would you entrust me with? So, what would you trust me with?
yes, I would
Okay.
trust you with my inner thoughts. The thoughts that I wouldn't tell other people.
Oh yeah,
I
I
would-
got you. It
Yeah.
wouldn't leave here.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
trust you with that for
Aw,
sure.
that's beautiful.
I could tell she would keep them.
Got you.
And some people would be like, yeah, yeah. So, Carol, guess what you just told me?
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't feel that way about you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. What about you?
I would trust you with the house buying process.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay.
real serious, I would definitely trust
That's
you
fine.
with
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
that process.
Okay.
Thank you for giving me an easy one, Lord.
Right,
All
right. What about you,
Next.
Craig? What would you trust her with?
I would trust you to look into my eyes and just make me feel happy.
Oh my
Make me
God.
smile. You got a very captivating look.
No, she's beautiful.
It makes you
Oh,
happy.
Oh,
It makes you
goodness.
happy.
This comes
make
from
me
pain, y'all. That beauty comes from pain.
See,
So,
but see,
Okay.
that's what we connecting at. Cause I got a
Yeah.
lot of pain. Cause motherfuckers be
Me
putting me through some shit, and I'm just sick of it.
Me
You know
too,
the
y'all. Me
pain
too.
and shit.
Me three, y'all. Me three.
See,
I'm actually
getting-
understanding.
Man, you know what?
We here.
I'm finna get saved again. I need to get baptized again. I need to reevaluate my whole life because blessings coming into my life, and I can't be prepared to take the blessing
Shut
if
up.
I ain't got
Lord.
myself together.
Now I'm gonna
I
tell y'all
felt
this
that,
real
though.
quick because I keep hearing stuff about the church and God and all that.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell y'all I was a Christian or any of
No,
that.
no,
I
no,
didn't say any of that. But you know, God is inside all of us. Okay.
For sure.
I'm a very spiritual person. I am not a religious person.
Yeah.
Totally.
And my church is at home. I haven't found a church home as of yet. Yeah.
Girl,
My
I just come-
my grandma always say make an altar in your room
Fact.
and go to God for yourself. So I just
That's
wanted
where it start, in
to
your
say that real
household.
quick. Now let's get in dive into the subject.
Let
You
it, just
next,
know I'm getting
let's
saved
go.
at your house. Just know I'm
Yeah.
gonna get saved at your house. I'm
I
getting
love
saved.
that.
I'm getting saved at your house. I'm just saying.
If you could instantly gain any skill, what would it be?
What would your skill be, Jamal? Tell us.
I would say I would like finances. I would get better at that.
Yeah.
To taxes, I don't know.
That is a skill.
No,
all
you
of
know-
that. I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
picking that skill. 'cause
I mean, you
That
and
is a
honestly, you
skill.
could, you low key could though do it
Mhm.
though. To be honest with you, because
yeah,
it's about learning.
yeah. And I mean, that's because I didn't really know what else to say. I mean, I don't
Dude
know,
said-
fucking like ice hockey. I don't know. Like,
Actually, fun fact, I can ice skate.
I know.
Fun fact. You
Fun
probably
fact.
wouldn't look at me, but I'm a good ass ice skater. for
Actually,
real.
fun fact, I
Beige can
can.
ice skate, y'all. Beige can ice skate.
Yes, I can.
Beige can.
Yes, I can. I'm a good ice skater too. No cap. They should put me on them Olympic teams. No bull.
Okay, so this one is for everyone in the room. How do you brag about me to others? What do you say? Want to start with you?
and we're talking about you.
Yes.
That
What do-
sound like some shit you incorporated in. So now.
no, that.
Read it one more time.
He said, so how do you brag about me? What do you? How do you brag about me to other people? What do you say?
Really, what do I say? So I mean, Ozell, singer, artist.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
That's it.
Usually what I. That's
That's
what
it.
I, yeah, like
You just say that's it. No, I'm playing. No, I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that, bro. What about you? What do you? I know you just met me.
Your spirit lights up a room everywhere you go, and it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't mean that you're having the best day. You don't wear it on you. You walk in a room and your smile made me smile. And that's when I was able to smile to everybody else because of your initial smile. So your spirit lights
Do
up.
mine over.
Let me go first.
What do I be saying? Okay, singer, artist, a very a welcoming person, a very I would say a very welcoming and accepting person.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Tell me drop a bomb for that one. You have to redo it. And this nigga is normally long enough. And yours better be the better than everybody's in the room.
No, real shit. I tell people, man, when it comes to my brother Phil, man, he been my best friend since the 3rd grade. This one person I will honestly get the shirt off my back for.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? Like for real. And we ain't even gonna get started on the music. It's one of the talented singers I've ever came across. He said, "No, like for real though, like." And you know, he tells me all the time, like, I really got him into music. I was so happy because this nigga Phil, he can sing his ass off, and I needed that. On my shit. I just couldn't let that shit sit on the, on the shelf.
He really did, because honestly, and then we can get into the topic, but I literally had put out a gospel single, right? We're not. So because the production was done very terribly. It was done in the basement. It was my first time really dealing with music and recording, so it wasn't done very well. I didn't really get a lot of support from the community. That was the Christian community. First of all, let's get that out the way. And so I kind of was like, I don't want to sing anymore. I'm kind of done with that. And then he was like, I'm doing an EP, and I went to go listen to his music. I was like, my brother is cold. When do you think know how to rap like this? Like, I didn't know. I know he could rap like this. Like, okay, where did this come from? But we got on the song "Come Get High with Me," and that was the first song we got on. It was really dope. Then we started making music after that, and he started getting in the studio.
This is my music guru right here.
Yeah,
this is
mine too.
But that's
important. Like for real.
It's my music soul. I call it my music soulmate because honestly, we just vibe and we just get it in, bro. Like we'll get together and like out of everybody I've written with, I can come up with a song with Craig quickly. But everybody else, I be feeling like I'm struggling. I feel like I'm struggling, or I don't know if I'm trying to impress him or what the case may be. But with him, it just vibe and it flows. I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's why
I definitely like
that's super important. And I mean, even hearing that, I think of everyone kind of has that musical, well, if you're a musician or artist, whatever, you have that musical muse, and that's how Jew is for me. And when I was hearing that, like, it is the same thing. There's people you connect with and find with who just get it, who understand, and you get it. They get it when it comes to music and the writing and how you connect, or the chemistry around your art and your craft.
Like real shit. And the last thing, I go to bat for him about his singing. I can put him on the subway in Harlem. He gonna tear that motherfucker up. I go to bat for him. If that's the biggest shit I'm gonna say, I go to bat for that nigga on the singing shit.
But the same thing for your rapping though, Craig. As y'all see, because I'm like, he's the king. Craig, like literally, I put him anywhere. And I'm like, freestyle, Craig. Nobody else I know he can do that. Like he does that, and he don't think that he freestyles well, but he wasn't he amazing? He cold. That's what I said. I'm like, bro, you kidding me right now? He cold. I appreciate that. Drop some bombs for y'all. That's awesome.
Facts.
Now let's get into this topic. Where's my
Well, we heard the bomb. I guess the other one's low. We made sure that one was up.
This is breaking news. Yeah. Hi. Reporting live.
I love it. Yeah, man, I seen the whole motherfucking thing. He said, motherfucker, came out.
We're live. At the Sherman Phoenix.
Oh my God. All right. So the topic today is forgiveness better than acceptance? And I think we're going to unpack some things today. I'm really excited because I get to unpack. I generally kind of like sit back and let everybody else unpack and help them unpack. But I feel like I have somebody here that's gonna help me unpack. I have my own personal Ayana Fix My Life in the building.
Is that the older lady?
Yeah, they be like, here this packet is. I'm gonna come back tomorrow.
You know what?
What's going on with
I just want to say, I commend you for what you do, but I'm done with your ass. I'm done with you, little girl, lady. You know what? This
she is funny.
Had a nigga talking into a hole. This motherfucker had to dig. It ain't no way in my heart, no way in my life that this is a helping mechanism for me. I'm just saying sometimes she takes shit overboard.
Wait. So she had him digging a hole?
She had a nigga digging a hole, literally digging a hole.
Uh-huh.
She said, "Now talk through the hole." I said, first of all,
Like, how is
But-
he helping me?
I said, "Nigga, it ain't like that nigga can hear me down there, whoever I'm talking to.
Right.
You know, when you want to talk up here, nigga said that nigga can't hear you down there. Like,
What she was doing was she was probably saying, "Okay, you're in the hole right now. How are you communicating?" I kind of
nigga,
get that
if I'm
one.
in the hole, I'm trying to get the fuck out the hole. What I want to talk to the hole, but I'm trying to get out. Man.
He
I
said,
want to be in the hole.
"You're hilarious."
I
Craig is
forgive her.
Stupid. He said,
I forgive her.
"Why are you in the hole talking?" He said, "Can you hear me?
Right.
Can you hear me?"
She's trying to get the
She
fuck
said,
out.
"Yes, I can hear you."
Right.
And who is it?
Ayana, you never heard? You ever seen her?
So y'all talking about her?
Yeah.
Talking about it was a
Yeah, I've
person.
seen her do some stuff. I just seen her. I was like, some of the stuff she do, I'd be like, it's a little extreme, but at the same time, it helps because these people are better.
It's also good TV.
What is it? What is he? Leandria? He's a petty person.
It is like
Leandria Johnson. She helped the gospel singer. She was a drunk, and like after done with Ayana, she's actually I don't think she's ever picked up a drink again. I feel like she's been, and she was
dealing with her. I wouldn't want to pick up no drink again either. Shit, man.
she said, I don't want to see her ever again in life.
Said, all right,
I have to come back
I
here.
don't want to be in this place. You know what? It's a method to the madness.
Yeah,
right.
You don't want to be in that place
You don't
again,
wanna
going
go
to see
see her.
Anna.
she like that grandmother that's like, get it together. You know what I'm saying? She's like that grandmother, and you like, okay, ma'am, I'm like, okay,
Right.
okay, fine, I get
grandma.
together because you scared the hell out of me.
But sometimes we need that fuel for the fire.
Yeah,
need
we
that.
do.
we do.
We do.
It's the whole-
You want to start?
it's the
You want
whole
to start us
galley.
off? Yes. Start us
Is
off.
forgiveness better than
The
acceptance?
acceptance. And I guess in my opinion, what is forgiveness for you? Because you asked me that question. What is forgiveness for you?
Yeah, so forgiveness for me is the power to move forward. That's what we need to move forward with our lives. When we were talking earlier, we talked about who is forgiveness for. Is it for that person or is it for you? Again, it's for me.
Right.
So I think we should forgive everybody, but that doesn't mean we have to stay in the same situation that we were in originally.
Yeah.
As we discussed. So we talked about somebody slapping you. Does that mean you turn the other cheek, or do you slap them back?
Right.
And but at the end of the day, we don't stay connected to that person that's slapping us. And to me, that is self-love. And also, you can forgive them, but you just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Just moving forward. So when you forgive somebody, it lessens the load on you. That's it, and that's all. So
How do you accept a situation like is that a part of forgiveness? Because a lot of times people have a hard time accepting something that a traumatic trauma in their life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
something really bothered me. Something really.
Now, can I chime in on
Yeah,
this?
always.
No.
Yes. It's for
I
everybody.
want to, because I think it's different forms of accepting.
Okay.
I think it's accepting the situation you in. I
Mhm.
think it's accepting how you did me, but I'm not going to accept it anymore.
exactly.
I think, and I think it varies. You know what I mean? But accepting it can be a tricky thing because you can accept something or what a person did to you. Doesn't mean you have to keep accepting it.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? When you accept it, you acknowledge something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But accepting sometimes it can turn into accepting your situation, accepting and settling for the situation you in. Accepting where you at in life. You know what I mean? And I feel like definitely acceptance is a tricky thing, but I do think forgiveness is more important. Forgiveness is more important because without forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you can't forgive a person, you're just as low as this person.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
So do you think you should forgive everything, or there's some things that aren't forgivable?
I think.
Let me give you an
This is very-
example. Let me give
Okay.
you an example.
Okay.
If someone murdered someone in your family, is that something that should
Now,
be forgiven?
honestly, it should be forgiven because if we talking in a general sense, forgive is forgive. That's when I love somebody, you love them. You don't love them because of what they do for you. When I love somebody, I love them for them. But I will say that would be harder. That would be harder for me to forgive. Not saying that is impossible or not saying that it's that, but I glad you brought that up. I seen people come face to face with with people maybe killed their children or killed their loved one, and they come face to face, and so hurt, so much pain that they have right then and there. And later on in life, it was a certain situation where a lady had actually seen the person that killed her son, like 5-10 years down the line, and that was big for me, because I'm like, man, could I honestly sit up here and look face to face, with a person that, took something from me that I love, but for her to accept it and understand what a young boy was going through.
Yeah.
I think it's forgiveness. You should forgive all. You don't have to forget.
Right.
But I think no matter what you forgive, if you don't forgive it, it's going to take a toll on you.
Facts.
And it's going to hold you back.
Facts.
I agree with that. Can I ask y'all something else? Because
Yeah.
it kind of seems like we all may share this based on what I'm hearing. But church hurt.
Yeah.
I've been feeling some church hurt
For facts.
here.
Facts.
So
there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So each month is a lot of that.
I'm
Vicariously,
feeling
I've,
that. Yeah. And
been
I
around
definitely have been turned away, Lord, several times, by the church. And I love the church, and God loves this church as well. So how do y'all feel in regards to that, and just because we definitely need to be fellowshipping and all that good stuff, but how do you feel about forgiveness and acceptance dealing with your church family?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll chime in on that, because I feel like my perspective is interesting, because I'm somebody who didn't grow up in church. I found God later in life, but I do have religious hurt, because most of my family and growing up was actually Jehovah's Witness, and that's his own animal.
Did you have to go door to door?
I never went. Well, I did. I did go out in field service.
You did?
I was little, yeah.
I went out. It's called field service.
I know you see.
I was like, oh, I'm ignoring
And
that.
if you came to my door,
Hello.
you definitely,
You're definitely not getting in.
I got so much love for the Jehovah's Witness. I'm gonna just say this. He said I don't agree with not celebrating birthdays and shit like that. You know what I mean? But a lot of shit they don't do.
God.
But
Yeah.
I will say this: if we gonna talk about a person determined, a people of determination,
Yeah.
them some of the most determined people. They will see you, look at them, you see them, they see you,
Right.
and what?
Right.
Right. And they'll see the night.
They walking in their boldness, y'all. They walking in their boldness.
Yeah,
okay?
but I think a lot of that. At least for me, and I think of the things that have happened, or the way family members have been hurt or shunned or disfellowship, or some of the trauma that has caused me. I've forgiven it. I think about some of my other family members, specifically like my aunt who passed away, who was like disfellowshipped, and the trauma that caused her. I think about her kids, and I don't know if they've truly forgiven, like, the brothers or whatever, or other family members who didn't talk to my aunt for years, or treated her differently because they were, she was no longer a witness. So
And they like that.
it even with family,
Shit.
like if you're disfellowshipped, you are basically just shunned, like it's some movie on Netflix or something.
But I want to.
Can we do a movie like that? Okay, but no.
No, I kind of want to, because I feel like definitely in the church, like it's contradiction a little bit too.
Yeah.
But and I feel like for me, if people really kept it real with themselves,
Yeah.
I feel like it's certain people that is anointed. It's certain people that do got that glow about themselves in church. It's certain people that do have that aura about them that is special.
Right.
But I think the disconnect come from when you come in this church on Sunday and you act like you ain't just did shit Monday through Saturday.
Right. That's my
My
disconnect
thing
too.
is like this: church, ain't nobody in church perfect. Church is not where you go to be perfect.
Right.
It's to get better. You know what I mean? To get there. You know what I mean? And I think the biggest thing was when I found out how people live their life. Not saying I gave, but when I found out how people live their life and then show up on Sunday, that kind of scarred me, because it's like, here I am trying to actually
Be something.
live my life
Yeah.
7 days a week this way. And it's like, y'all talking, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do, but it's not what you're doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I couldn't accept that. I couldn't put that, together. And that's what messed me up about church.
Yeah.
Like, how can you come up here and preach, but I see you coming out this old little hooker house? You know what I mean? True story.
True story.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like for real. Or you ain't going in a, certain houses you don't just go into just to talk. Certain houses you just don't go into. You know what you're going in the house for. I know what the house is.
my house?
That's the whole house.
That's the whole. Yeah.
That's the whole
He
house.
said I went in there to prophesy. I was
Right.
gonna say. I feel like or if you're a pastor, if you went in there, I was gonna say if you're a pastor, like and that okay, it's tax season, right? You have bills to pay. You have things. Yeah, because it's
Where
experience
is this
with me.
going?
Because you're a pastor.
I know where it's going.
A lot of pastors use take psychology, and people don't know that, and so they'll be like, the Lord said, give $1,000 today, or give $500 today. I'm gonna hold the line up. I'm gonna hold church service up until 5 people get in line for $1,000. God didn't really tell you that.
Guess
what?
But you're tricking people.
I'll be
or
leaving.
you're using the Bible. You're using the Bible to make yourself look good or make people feel bad about themselves.
And that's what pimps do.
manipulate people.
That's what pimps do.
But that's what pimps do. But if you notice, a lot of pastors come from pimping.
You better preach.
Exactly.
And that's what they do. And that's what really kind of threw me off, because it was like the reason I noticed it, because I grew up in church, of course. My mom is a real life Bible study. So one day the pastor said something, and Bible is your own interpretation, even though there are some interpretations you can't be your own. It's just that.
Bro.
And he said, the pastor said something to me one day. He said something on the pulpit, and I was like, that's not what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then here we are in church. Hear me being petty. I'll call it being petty, because I started pulling up the Bible, started scrolling through the Bible. He said, wait a minute. And so I started doing that in the middle of service. I said, that's not what that means. And then I read the context of the text, and I was like, I said, that's not what that, so I'm like, that's not what that means. And so he preaching it, and everybody up there that don't read the Bible, that don't know what the hell is going on, have no idea.
Preach on it.
You better talk about it, Pastor.
Talk about it.
Talk about them. You better tell them about themselves. Actually, he ain't telling you the right information. He kind of capping it to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's why you find for yourself. You do,
Yeah. No, you do.
Yeah.
But I start paying attention. And it's funny you say that, because a lot of things in the Bible, they tell you come to church, you get saved. You can't go to heaven unless you get saved. Well, I read in the Bible. That's not the case. that was not the case. And it's clear as day.
Right.
Certain shit you can't. This is what it say.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? That made me start looking deeper. You see people, you see people of not heterosexual in the church.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Let's talk about that.
They bring these people down, but you still allow them in the church. And it made me wonder.
Right, and lead your choir.
Okay.
Lead your choir. They love that though. They be like,
but because guess what? I can honestly say this. They get that choir together.
yeah.
I don't want nobody else doing my choir but him.
Right. Even though
I don't care what you identify as. I don't care what, because he gonna have that choir on point.
Right.
But no, go ahead.
No, I was saying some gay men happen to be very musically talented. I don't know if that's something that they really, it's in their genes or what, but some of them just be like
They always been
on
entertainment to
point.
me.
They be on point.
Always
and
been
they-
entertainment
and then-
to me.
and the pastor-
You need that. You said you need
He'll
that.
be like, homosexuality, you going to hell. But then
But in the Bible,
But
clearly in the Bible, it was family members incest. It was incest going on and incest with the same sex. Not only was it incest going on with the same sex, these people, Paul, I might be misusing the names. I might, but it was some niggas up in there doing some shit, and Jesus was fucking with these niggas. So my whole
he was
thing
cool with him, yeah.
And it's like this, man. I feel like if they kept it just real.
yeah.
If you come in here not acting like you're perfect, not acting like everything is all right,
Amen.
not acting like you can be anointed, you can be blessed, but let's not act like these rules don't apply to you. Let's not act like what you preaching and what you trying to teach us doesn't apply to you.
Amen. All of
It
y'all said something about me when I came in here. And again, I thank y'all for seeing something in me that's very beautiful. But
You're
I
a
want
beautiful
to
black
say everything that you see in me comes from a dark place. It comes from what you see in me is pain.
Talk about
That's
it.
what you see in me. Pain that I didn't stay in. Okay. And I feel like the Bible is a beautiful love story. Okay. we all should be writing our own love stories. It should be a guide. It should be a guide. Everything that we've gone through, that God has taken us out of and getting us out of,
Right.
we should be writing about it so that when the next person goes through it, they have a guide as to how to get out of it. Confession is very powerful. There is
take a shot
no
for that.
perfection in any
I'ma
of us.
take a
And
shot for that.
anybody that says that is a liar.
That's facts.
Now, don't put a stigmatism on me, because all of y'all came in here and was like, "Oh, church woman." I'm like, "What church do
Well,
I go to?
I didn't think you were.
What church
I think you're
do
trying
I
to.
go to,
I
Lord?
think-
I mean, I need
but
The way
to
you
get
supposed
one,
to, the
but
way
I
you
ain't
supposed to
there
feel
yet.
when you go into church, and the way you feel coming
A
out of
light-
church.
the
I
light.
get that.
The
From
light.
her. How you supposed to feel? But maybe
That's
that's
powerful.
what I was feeling.
That's
How
powerful.
you? Because some days I went in church horrible. Some days when I came out better.
Right. And some
I
days
get that vibe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was gonna say Jesus is
Comes
a
from
light,
pain,
right? So
love.
so
Comes from
so
pain.
Jesus is a light. So the light you talk about is the light that we see. That's what we more so were talking. More for me, I was more so talking about a light because, like you said, I don't go to church myself. You know, my own personal issues, all of us. But I feel like everybody in this room has a light, and the light that I saw in you was like, okay, you don't have to go to church, but you have a light about yourself that's like that only can come from God.
And
Listen, I'm in
you
a
know what I'm
hole.
saying?
I'm glad there's a light, because I'm in the tunnel.
No.
We trying to get to the
I'm
end.
a-
Okay,
Okay, all right,
We trying to
Yana.
get to the
Can
end.
you hear
I'm follow
me?
the light.
Can you
I'ma
hear
follow
me?
the light, y'all.
She said, "Yeah, I can hear you." Now I want you to fight. Dig your way through that tunnel.
Right.
I am a
But-
warrior, baby.
No,
I'm
but-
trying to tell you, I am a warrior.
You
Go
know
ahead,
what
King.
though? You know what though? It's you identifying like all of us have pain. And all of us have pain we went through. And I don't think it's a coincidence that, you know what I mean, we connected with you, you connected with us, and you see something in us. Even though it might be pain, sometimes, you know, they say no pain, no gain.
Amen.
Facts.
You know what I
Growing
mean?
pains, some
No game.
growing pains.
And you know what though? It was and maybe it was just
do that.
just the energy you gave, man. Make it have a person have a better day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe you identify something with us that made us comfortable. You identify with something that made us put that guard down. That made us, you know what I mean? So
We need more
it might
people
be
like that,
your
low
pain.
key, though.
Yeah, but you know, and they're like, it might be your pain, but I feel like, and I'm glad you said that, because I feel like your pain can help somebody else.
It's supposed to.
You know what I
And we're
mean? It
human.
can.
We are all, there is no, we ain't God, but God is in us. We are human. We all go through things. No one is better than the next person. You know, we all battle with something. We are all warriors if we choose to continue the battle.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So that's what we are. We are battling. And yes, go to God for yourself. Don't go. Somebody said this. I was watching a church. I was watching church because I love the word.
Yeah.
I love the word. Okay. And I was watching church and listening, and a young lady said, yeah, I came here to find the presence of God. No, baby. No. You find that in your home.
Right.
Okay. You find that by praising, worshiping, fasting,
Right.
self-sacrificing. That's how you find the presence of God. You go get it for yourself, not going into a four walls. That's not how you find it.
Facts.
Okay. So yeah, go.
Keep
fighting, baby.
Let me ask you all a question, because that actually brought me to something that you just said. Quick question. So
fight is real, okay?
With all the pain that you've been, you know, all the trauma and pain you've been through, have you forgiven everybody?
Yes, I have. I can't wear that on me no more, y'all. I'm tired. I am tired.
What did that look like for you? Like even for you, like
it's
all
freeing.
of you.
It is freeing. So in order, now mind you, I've had pain from relationships and pain from family, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But in order for me to have that next relationship, my husband and the family that I want to have, I have to forgive the past and forgive all of them so I don't bring that into my future. I owe that to my next partner. I owe that to my son.
I owe that shit to you too,
Amen.
bro.
Amen. So I'm gonna ask God. We talked about church hurt, but dealing with relationships.
Yeah.
Dealing with relationships. Do y'all feel like y'all forgiving everybody that's hurt y'all?
Yeah, because I mean, I only had one, I guess. So I mean, I haven't had too many to really. Well, I mean, I had girlfriends in high school and stuff. So I mean,
I feel like even with you, I know personally, I'm not gonna put your business out there and like that, but I feel like with that, you know, even with those relationships, like for someone to make you feel like it was all on you or like you were the problem, and they never really took accountability for their part of it.
Yeah.
Because I was on the outside looking in. I seen some things where, like, how the situation happened came to play could have been a little bit better, but
Mhm.
you know, I seen some things where I was like, I wouldn't. You already know I wouldn't deal with that either.
Yeah.
I dealt with it, and I wasn't
Right.
gonna deal with it no more. But
Yeah.
but like it was. I feel like the blame was put on him a lot.
Mhm.
On him, like it was his fault. It was his da da da.
I'm the
How
bad
do
guy.
how do you deal with that? Like, and
Right.
have you forgiven that? And have you
I
accepted
have,
those
yeah.
things?
I mean, I did. I think it was easy, maybe because I just knew that the relationship was coming to an end anyway. And I think a lot of times when you are the one to initiate a breakup or whatever, you kind of
Yeah,
maybe
labeled the bad.
you're there before maybe the other person. But I think, yeah, even dealing with all that stuff, it was hard in the moment. But I feel like for the most part, I am a pretty forgiving person, and there are things in my life that I feel like I'm still working through, and maybe I haven't gotten to a full forgiveness. But it has been,
that honesty. I love that.
but that has been more, I think, with I think just stuff with like my mom. Like I have mommy issues. And I
Me
think
too.
and I think I'm
We
still
all do.
even trying to I think me and her need to go to therapy. I think there's still things that I'm working through and even trying to figure out like, okay, what am I resentful for? What am I not forgiving? But I know there's something there, but I haven't fully.
And
I
when
need
you-
Ayana.
And when you talk to God by yourself, ask him, and he gonna reveal it to you.
And that's the thing. I
Will
probably
you
don't do
ask?
that enough. And
I don't know
yeah.
about talking in a black hole.
Yeah.
But talk in the mirror. You should be
you
talking
hear
to in the
me?
mirror.
No,
Mirror.
you know what? You know what
Yeah.
though? Like for real, that's definitely a key thing because God have definitely gave you free will, but He had definitely put me in situations where He helped me see what I asked for, and He helped me see. It's for me to accept that, roll with that, or whatever, because He gonna show you. He gonna show you, and it's gonna be plain as day. So we're like, nah, it's easy.
And if you stay in it after he show you, that's on you.
Yeah, and I had a problem with that because I asked. So I got it from my grandmother, but I was praying this prayer, and I don't really know. I was a kid. I was young, 20s, teens. You still don't really know it. I'm 30 now, so I know. But I would be like, God, reveal if it's not for me, not, remove it out of my life. Reveal what's not for me, and let it be removed. That shit hurt. That shit hurt because what you think is actually for you and you actually enjoying, actually not for you. And then
we
he,
were
and then
just
we
talking
reveal
about
it.
that.
You like, well,
Hey,
damn,
God,
I didn't
God,
want.
hey,
I
look.
mean, I take it back. I actually don't want you to reveal.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
God be
It
like,
hurts.
hey, God be like, this,
It's that
Lord,
pain.
please take this hurt and pain away from you.
Yeah.
He said, all right, nigga, I got you. He said, wait. He said, what
Right.
day? Don't take it away today.
Right.
He said, tomorrow.
You could have took it. You could have took it in
He
pieces.
said, come on now, you ain't got to take it all the way.
Or-
Just yet. He said,
all right.
just.
Or I'd be like, God, take these feelings away from me because I don't want to have them anymore. Oh, then next thing you know, I'm like, wait, hold on, I don't want to break up with them. Yeah, I mean, I was like, at the moment I did, but now we're in a good place. What's going on? But truth of the matter, he's like, well, I'm giving what you asked for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
and I was gonna say, yeah, and we were speaking about that, and I mean, you're probably already going to it, but I was gonna ask, like, how has forgiveness looked like for you in your relationships?
my forgiveness looks I'm a little bit horrible because because some of those people really like I truly in my heart of heart really cared about some of those people and had good intentions to love on them forever and or
Pure
even
intentions, y'all.
yeah, intentions are good and the outcome be bad as hell and I'd be like damn so I'm not getting over it. I'm getting over it but it's taking a lot of time, more time than I wanted it to take, you know what I mean? And sometimes I'll find myself going back. Let's say you're in a relationship now, right? And then like you thought you forgave your exes, but then your partner do something that your ex has done. You find yourself reminiscing about that.
Something takes you back there.
You like, I hate that motherfucker played me, da, 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 da. And next thing you know, you back in that space again. And for what? You have to accept what happened. And then you have to forgive and you have to move on. If you don't move on and accept it, that's why I said, which one is better? Because honestly, when I accept a certain situation, not accepted in my situation I was in at the moment, but accepted that happened to me, that was my life. I gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my life. And I tell this story because it's something that really was traumatic to me that I didn't deal with at the moment. I just bypass it. I got my jaw broken, right? And I had a plate put in my mouth by an ex, right? And even after that, I still went back to the ex. I still was communicating with the ex. I still was dealing with the ex. And even like after we broke up and I got in another relationship, and when me and that person were having issues, I would go deal with that ex again. I had to come to the conclusion that like I hated that I actually hate that person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hate them anymore because I'll look at my face and I'm like, it's not the same. Even though it might look the same to everybody else, to me,
Right.
I know it's not
I
the
feel
same.
that.
Adorable.
I
Adorable.
feel
Oh
that.
my god. I know it's
No,
not
but
the
I
same.
feel that though. I feel that.
And I really was angry, and I sometimes even I'd be like angry still. You know,
And I
but
told you he wants you to hate him. He wants to keep that power over you.
but I
Don't allow it.
yeah, and that's why
Yeah.
like I gotta forgive and I gotta find a way to move on. Okay, for sure, and move past it.
So how do you think? What do you think are some steps?
Okay.
What do you think are some steps for accepting the situation and then forgiving them and moving forward? What do you think are some steps?
Well,
I think the first is admitting how you actually feel and being truthful about how, and not just saying, "Oh, I forgive it." No, being truthful about how you actually feel and confessing that. And then what else do you think?
I think, like you said, admitting, being truthful about how I really feel, and I think really just being. I feel like when you have the power, I read a post that said when you're a man that stands by himself is a very powerful man. I feel like I have to be able to stand by myself and just be okay with what happened to me. And once I get that independence of standing by myself, not needing anybody, but me and God, of course, I feel like I'm gonna be more powerful than everything that I do.
No, and I would like to say this. I think that because shit, I've been painted the villain, I've been painted the
Yeah,
bad
bro.
guy
Yeah.
and shit like that, and it's like,
Same.
and it's not
Same.
now in my life now. I forgave everybody. It don't hold no weight on me no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like though you have to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? You definitely have to be real with yourself, and not
Day
only
by
that,
day, day by day.
you gotta make yourself better. Because guess what? Even though at that point in time where a motherfucker might see you as is not what you are, you can't become that. You can't become what people
Amen.
see you as.
And you can become what you
Sounds
want
like
to
we
be,
need a part
whatever
two.
you want to be.
He said, so in conclusion, though, for real, is you gotta take that shit. You gotta, you know what I mean, move on from that shit. You can't hold them grudges and hold that. You gotta be better about yourself. Because when people look at you and they say, like, yeah, this person did this or this did this, he ain't do this. If they see you and you still going through the same situations and shit like that, that's what you becoming. One thing about me, about my forgiveness that was big for me, was me becoming a better person. Literally.
Facts.
Like I forgive, but I can't forgive you and still be going through the same shit because I ain't forgiving myself.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Topic, forgiving yourself. That's another one, y'all.
We got okay.
I'm
No
in the
cap,
process
he
of
said-
forgiving myself. Okay.
Okay,
Listen.
man.
But you know what though, man? Listen, forgive, move on, and be better about yourself. You should never go in another situation worse than your last situation.
Amen.
You should never do that.
Amen.
Make yourself better.
Drop about. Okay, we gotta move. We gotta do on the fucking real. Then we finna get out of here. So on the fucking real. That's how we end it. That's how we end the show.
Now
you don't have to say.
I mean, just say on the effing real. I'll take on the effing real.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, but
Freaking
okay.
real.
So when we when we end the show, we generally talk about what we took from the show, and then what how our week is gonna be going forward. You know what I mean? You want to start off?
Yes, man. So my on the fucking real. First of all, I want to give an on the fucking real to our guests. Our guest today, and we definitely gonna have a part two. We're gonna have these guys back very soon. But no, I want to give a special shout out to our guests though, because they definitely didn't hit on some things and hit on some things that we all done went through that we all done, and I feel like
stuff we forgot
to definitely talk about it, and just like you said, confessing these things and talking about it and getting off your heart. That's an important thing. I actually learned some shit today.
Yeah.
So my on the real is always be an open book and always willing to learn and know you don't know every fucking thing.
Amen. On the effing real, y'all. On the for reals. Well, I definitely took some things from this podcast today. The number one thing for me is, again, perfection doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Perfection is not in any of us. And the battle was real. But we have to continue to battle in order for us to get to the finish line. Okay. And sometimes we need people. Sometimes God will send people. Sometimes God will send a podcast for you to confess all type of stuff on
Yes,
Lord because it's
yes.
healing. But yes, this has just been amazing, y'all. We need to forgive, release, and move forward. So I appreciate y'all welcoming me here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue to fight the battle. All right.
So beautiful.
All right. and that's on the effing real.
On the effing real, y'all.
Effing
On the
real.
effing real.
So on the freaking real, yeah, this is amazing. I definitely took away some of those similar things of like, no one is perfect, and we all have fallen short and will continue to fall short in many aspects of our lives, and toxic situations or relationships, platonic ones and romantic relationships. But it's how you learn from those things, and how you move forward. And yeah, that's what I took. And my week going forward is just continue to be honest.
Yes.
He's about to be in charge of my social media, y'all, because
Yeah.
he got it.
He's playing games. My own fucking real today was just to be okay with letting go, and even though it may cause you pain at the moment to let go, it actually is going to be a weight lifted off you and a relief in the end. And so I have to I feel like the week going forward, I have to be okay with things not being the same as the last few years. Having the same routine and building up a new routine for myself, and I have to be okay with the stuff that people have done to me and just move past it, because it's not who I am. It's about who I want to be.
That was powerful.
And that's
hard. That's hard right
Thank
there.
you. And this
That's
is the
hard.
Complex. We love you guys.
The
You guys stay
Complex.
clear, and
Love
we
y'all.
are.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, I know we do a lot of
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.